the Walther PDP SF, where the SF stands for steel frame. Now, I like when Walther sends me these steel frame guns because as much as I like polymer frame guns for like concealed carry and all that other jazz, you cannot beat the feel of steel. Ooh, that rhymed. You cannot beat the feel of steel. Yeah, it rhymes. See, because the shooting experience with the steel gun, it's just different from a polymer or any other type of weird material you want to use to put on a firearm. You cannot beat steel. It just feels so much higher quality and more premium. Kind of like the hoodie I'm wearing right now. See, these are the brand new premium embroidered hoodies at shop.mrcolionnoir.com. You see, you got this beautiful embroidery and this beautiful material and fabric. This is kind of like the steel version of hoodies. It makes no sense, except for the premium part, because this is some premium shit. So, head over to shop.mrcolionnoir.com right now and grab a hoodie. Now, back to why we're actually here. We're here for that too, but you get the point. I got it in a couple days ago for my FFL, and immediately when I picked up the gun, because I love the PDP. Go watch my video on the Polymer PDP. I love that thing. And I remember I picked it up and then I felt it in hand. Me and my FFL were like, damn, this thing feels good. It feels so good. Oh man. But this is literally my first shots of the gun. You just saw them. Okay, I lied. I shot a couple magazines off camera. Sue me. But I wanted to do this video really quickly because you're watching this now and it's come out. But let's just say I got a little beside myself or ahead of myself and I posted this on my Instagram when I wasn't supposed to. And then Walther was like, wait a minute, why did you post that? It doesn't come out till Friday. So, sorry. I got a little excited. You made a great product. What are the features? The features on this gun are pretty much everything you get with the PDP, except with a little more plus added to it. So think OEM Plus Plus. So you still have the ability to mount a red dot on here. You have the adjustable rear sights. Honestly, I think they should be suppressor height metal sights. I'm just not gonna belabor that point, but whatever. But then you also have this phenomenal trigger. We'll get to that. And then of course you have this magazine well, which I go back and forth on as far as sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't in terms of looks. So it's like together as a package, I think it looks good. But then sometimes I'm like, I wonder what it looks like without the mag well. I'm pretty sure you can easily take it off, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I think once I deck it out, when I do the full review on this gun and I deck it out, this is me just waxing poetic the first time I shoot it. So you're just gonna have to bear with me as I ramble. Once I put my red dot on here, get my light on here and set it up, I think this gun's going to really zing. Another beautiful thing about having a steel frame gun, especially in this size, is you get a lot more bullets. So you got a 18 round mag. So funny thing is, when I first saw this gun, I only saw the 18 round mags. Now the 18 and the 20 round mags are very deceptive because they don't really look like much different. So for instance, that's the 18 round magazine. So this is a 20 round magazine. See what I'm getting at? Personally, I think they should come out with a magazine that has an even longer base to get it to like 23, 25 rounds personally. But there you have it, 20 rounds, 18. Ergonomically, it's a Walther. They just kind of know how to do ergonomics on their guns. And they do it in such a unassuming way. See, a lot of times when you see a gun from an ergonomic standpoint, you look at them and you could tell that gun's trying to be ergonomic because they got a bunch of like finger grooves here and a bunch of indentations and stuff here to make it look like they did some high science to fit the hands and stuff like that. Nah, not with Walther. Walther's just like straight grip, little hump in the back, but they give you the feeling like the gun was made for your hand, which is so weird because there's nothing super fancy about their ergonomic system here. Nothing. But in your hand, you get up on this, oh man. Yeah. Like I said, the gun's heavy, but it is balanced. So even with the fully loaded mag in here, or half a mag, the gun still sits balanced. So even as I go through the magazine, I don't get a massive shift in weight in the gun like you can get with some other guns. Steel guns are good for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. They shoot flat, which makes the shooting experience enjoyable, and they tend to look way better than their polymer counterparts. And this gun is no exception. From a shooting standpoint, all steel frame guns tend to shoot really flat because they're steel and they're heavy. Now, what tends to change is the barrel length changes the dynamic on how that gun shoots flat perceptively. That's a fancy way of me saying, I think longer slide guns, longer barrel guns tend to flip more versus shorter slide guns. Now, that doesn't mean the gun shoots harder, it just flips more. A gun can still flip more and still shoot softer. So for instance, the Walther Q4 Steel Framed. I think a lot of it also has to do with the fact that it's not that long of a barrel. A lot of people like these super long barrels and they're like, give me long barrels, give me long barrels. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I like guns that naturally sit flat. And when you have a barrel that's too long, you start to get this flippiness that I don't like. But with this gun, you don't get any of that. It just sits and I can shoot so fast. I mean, geez, look. Shorter barrel. Shoots soft because it's heavier, but it also doesn't flip very much. Now, with this, because it is a steel frame, that flipping sensation, I notice it, but I still feel the soft recoil. And because of the weight up front with the steel slide and the steel frame, it's just so though I perceive the flip, though I perceive how much this gun flips compared to, say, the same type of gun in a shorter barrel length, it's still extremely pleasurable to shoot. And not only that, the gun runs really, really, really fast. Like, oh man, you can just, all right. Like Walther has 2 different names for the triggers. I think it's like dynamic action trigger, dynamic, I don't remember. Remember I told you this is my first shots on this gun. And honestly, I just forgot because I have the memory of a goldfish. But this is one of the best looking triggers, I think, in 99% of guns. I love this trigger system. It's so beautiful. It looks like a work of functional art, if you ask me. Now, what's crazy about that is that it actually feels better. Let's take a look. So, we all know how I like my triggers at this point. I like a nice take up, boom. Short, but nice and smooth. This is stupid silky smooth. Hit that wall, a nice definitive wall that's not too heavy, and then a break, and then watch this reset. Well, let's do it again. All right, take up, boom, break, boom, reset, boom. Take up, wall, break, reset. I don't know how they do it, but Walther just always manages, Walther always manages to make exceedingly good triggers. So take the trigger that's in a stock PDP and magnify it times 100. And that trigger in the PDP was already really, really good. And this just takes it to, You can't beat it. Steel frame guns, especially coming out to the range and just shooting, this is the way you do it. Walther just kills it in the steel frame gun side of things. They just do. You'd be hard pressed to find another company that can do steel frame guns to the degree that Walther does. And I'm not including 1911s. I mean, just your typical striker fire guns in a steel frame. It's hard to beat Walther. And they did it again. So I look forward to doing the full length video on this. This is just supposed to be like my first mag review, of course, but I want to shoot this gun some more and some more and some more and some more and really get a feel for her, because this is going to find a place in the rotation somewhere. I don't know quite yet what, but this thing is lovely. the video's over, Peter. Like, I'm supposed to do the dramatic walk off. You kill it if you continue to film me while I'm walking off. You pull the people out of the actual, oh gosh. Well, that's Pete. So now I feel awkward because now I feel like we've broken the third wall or the fourth wall.
You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments before, during, and even days after having to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be a very scary and nerve-wracking experience, especially if you haven't gotten the education and training you need to feel confident. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through a self-defense shooting, which is why I'm a member of the USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can eliminate some of the stress of carrying a gun for protection by accessing the amazing wealth of firearm education, training, and current state-specific gun laws of your state or states you may travel to. This can help you be prepared for or hopefully even avoid a self-defense incident. As a bonus, members automatically become insured on the self-defense liability insurance policy purchased by and issued to the USCCA. Click below to learn more. Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video, then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.